Okay, we're gonna finish this level by talking to Samuel, and then continue on to the next. They're called missions, not levels. On hold.
Attention Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Any evidence as to his whereabouts must be delivered to the city.
Corvo, over here. Quickly, I'm a friend. I'm Samuel, and I work for some good people who want very much to meet you. They said you'd come out here. I could still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Let's go. Let's see how I did. I didn't kill anyone. How great is that?
This is the Hound Pits pub. Closed for business. Half the district marked off as dead from the plague. We're right under the Lord Regent's nose, and he don't know a thing. Of course, if anyone
How is
finds
this
out what
building
we're up
still
to,
standing? Is my
the watch
question.
will break in with swords drawn. And now that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart. Take you up to meet Admiral Havelock and the rest of the Royalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. If anyone can help you find that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name, he can.
I don't know. I feel like I'm doing most of the work here. At least regarding saving Emily. Mission clue. Samuel the boatman has smuggled you across the river from Coldridge Prison. He works for an underground movement opposed to the illegal reign of Lord Regent, and has brought you to meet the members of the organization. Sounds great. Nope, not the button.
So it's starting at last, Admiral. You found our
I
man.
closed doors behind me
Even
most
after
of the time.
6 months in Coldridge Prison, he slipped out.
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pits pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability in a fight, and in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry, you must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Yes, Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him, and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested.
Alrighty, I'll talk to Piero. So, here's my current theory. So if all the bald guys have been bad so far, these guys have hair, so they must be good. Right?
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear. All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin.
Yeah, I wish I got more money so I could do more.
No! This cannot happen now the tank of
Uh-oh.
whale oil's run out.
Uh-oh.
Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. The oil's unstable. When it explodes, there's a terrible mess.
I don't know, a terrible mess seems like an understatement.
That one is empty. A new tank, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you a new one. I'm gonna refill it. No need to... Oh, there's one already here. Oh, hold on a second. Now steal your stuff so I can sell it back to you. Whale oil refilling station. Sokolov no longer has the upper hand with regard to supplies of whale oil. The good admiral has paid for the installation of my own system, which will enable me to work in this place. The oil tank dispenser, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. When the empty tank is held near the oil tank fill pump, the magnetic attractor should take the tank and lock it into the correct configuration. Using the lever will begin the refilling process. Once refilling is completed, the tank can be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be used in handling the full tanks. They are quite unstable. The system is sound and well engineered. It appears that Greaves Oil Company has done something correctly for once. You can press this and another one pops out. And they may explode if you're not careful. This is so safe. All of them are like this. Is this a bug or a feature of the manufacturing process?
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time and then observe them for years if need be to see if the formulation of energetic substances develop. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities subject to the necessary legal amnesty.
I don't know. If you're recording your voice saying you need necessary legal amnesty, that sounds like you're committing a crime. Besides the fact that it was an obvious crime. I'm trying to see if there's any relevant lore. I'm going to say this one is probably relevant. Excerpt from a manual on new City Watch procedures. Commissioned by the Lord Regent in face of the growing plague crisis, the dead counter is a position that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict or curfew enforcement, these officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any dead counter will have command in situations related to the plague and in the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms, called weepers in common parlance, starting in the month of rain. Interested officers may apply for the test and, if accepted, for the 2-week training tour. Pay will be administered in coin and rations of elixir at 1.5 normal pay grade. So, that's heavily implied that they're just going to take the weepers, which are living people, and count them among the dead. Lovely. Like I said, the Empress seems cool, but
Just get it
maybe she doesn't even know what's
receptacle.
going on.
Magnetism will
It's
do the
very
rest.
weird to me.
Perfect. Thank you, Cole. Here, see? The assassin's mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face, but this mask will mean terror to them. If you just hold still, the fit must be precise. There. Can you see normally? Some lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables, and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need. Tell me what I can make for you.
I'm gonna say not now, because I'm gonna
You
go
must be exhausted. I advise
collect
that
everything
you
in
get
this
some
place.
sleep.
I
Your
remember
life
where it
will
is.
get even more
I don't want to search
difficult
too
soon.
hard because I feel like
You
that's
should rest while
wasting
you
a bunch
can.
of time for the story.
Very well. You know best. Let me know if you need anything more.
Let me see what I can find. That's Samuel stuff. Hi, Samuel. You want to say hi?
I once served under Admiral Havelock. Captain Havelock then. I don't know if he remembers me, but I fear it's rude to ask. I don't want to embarrass him.
Oh, that's nice of you. Oh, Samuel, I'm so sorry, but I have to take this. Very expensive, and I need money. I'm also a terrible person, apparently. Okay. Probably could, but I don't have powers. I can also introduce you to the cast of characters.
River traffic is forbidden
live
from
here with
landing
you.
in the distillery district due to risk of infectious contact. Violators will be taken to the flooded district for treatment and rehabilitation.
Doing a quick once over for anything interesting, money-wise, or maybe lore-wise. Oh, hello, hello, Lydia.
Hi. You must be Corvo. I am Lydia, at your service. Your room is upstairs and ready. When they told me who it was, well, I thought you'd be older, like the Admiral.
How do you know I'm currently wearing that mask? Oh, you the key? No, I don't need that key. I need that. Litany on the White Cliff. This is religious stuff. Excerpt from a series of overseer invocations by High Seer Abram Templeton. And I say to you, brothers, it is here that we make our stand as a righteous force against the growing darkness. It is here that we unite against the spirits of the unknown that would drag us screaming into the night, never to return to our homes, to our families. Together we will serve as a rod to those who would stray from the herd, for the foggy gray wastes of the outsider. We will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions so that others will not lose their way. And to those who choose to wander beyond the walls of our homes, in far places, we will strike at them swiftly before they whisper to their neighbors, filling their hearts with strangeness and doubt. That's not controlling at all.
Do not attempt
Fun
to
religion.
house or care for a friend or family member who shows signs of blood on their face and chest area.
Harpooner songs.
The only way
That's
to
just
help
sea
them
shanties.
is to bring them to
Sea
the city watch.
shanties.
They will be taken to
Here's
the
the
flooded
bathroom.
district for treatment.
For me, Crystal, anything interesting? Shadow of Bitterleaf, the Young Prince of Tibia. Check this. It's fiction. Oh, I should probably just let you read it if you want. I think I'll read the important stuff out loud, the important lore. But the extras are fun too. You can pause it if you need to. If you need to stop and read it. There are so many books that I can't read them all. But I think that's part of why people like this game a lot, is because there's just so much depth to it.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Be advised, the river crust infestation has spread downriver, as far as the river mouth and flooded district. Do not attempt to approach or...
Nobody's home. Okay. Ooh, key. Thank you very much. Haverlock entry log 1. It has been days since our men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. They have not returned, so I can only hope that they succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Piero spent considerable time and resources in making these things. If I could find a way to mass produce them, the Dunwall Navy would secure its place as the dominant force on the globe. But back to Corvo. Can he actually break out of Coldridge, and if so, will he make his way here? I personally give him the odds of 1 in 5. I don't know, I'm a protagonist, so I think the odds are pretty good. Oh, this is the first one. Maybe read them in this order. Admiralty and the Fleet. Probably his. I believe Bristol is the greater area where we live, and Dunwall is the city. But we're still in the city. There's like different districts. I don't think we ever leave the city.
Attention Dunwall citizens.
No, we were here.
Lady Emily Caldwell was abducted 6 months ago during her mother's terrible murder. Anyone with information leading to the location
Anybody home?
of the daughter of our
Nope.
beloved...
Oh, somebody is home. Sorry, I'm just gonna take that. Taking your money, you don't seem to mind. What do you got to say, Pendleton?
Pleased to meet you, Master Corvo. I saw you at court in happier days, but you might not remember. I was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, Hiram Burroughs, back when he was just the spy master. He's one manipulative bastard, I can tell you that. My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which... Wallace! Please breathe 2 bottles of Dunwall Red, never mind which, and fetch a clean glass. Well, I'll begin again tomorrow.
Bit snobby. Ooh. Yoink. You don't have any books. You're not a reader? To his room. To his room. How much money I got going on? Oops, wrong. That's a lot better. I don't want to go to sleep, but I'll check my room for stuff. So much of this place is so broken. I don't understand how it got so broken. Like, okay, they live here, right? That's fine. But surely they would have cleaned this newspaper up or something. It's just,
I'm sorry it's so dark. We can't risk being seen. It is a bit romantic, though, isn't it?
it's not so dark. It's fine. Alright, don't go to bed. I'm gonna save in case I accidentally go to bed. A little bit of money. Sometimes there's fun stuff for me. I don't think there would be anything back here, but I'll check. Oh, there is. Okay, very good. Let's go back to Piero and load up on upgrades and supplies. That's significantly better than what do I have now. Yeah, 900 is significantly better than 500. I can get a lot more done.
Attention, citizens of Dunwall. The Old Port District has been added to the evacuation list.
That's
The
an
weekly
odd...
count for the month
It's
of
pub,
siege
right?
has
But why...
increased. The Lord
It's only got
Regent has decreed
2
that
rooms?
plague ordinances will
Very
remain in
strange.
effect through the month
Maybe
of
they're
rain.
only for the people
Stay
who
alert
work there?
and stay loyal.
Did not consider... Oh, wrong way. Oh, but there might be stuff out here. In fact, I think there's some bullets out here. No, not today. Oh, nope, but there's a fun thing. I'm not sure I closed the door. I'm gonna go back this way, because I didn't close the door. And it's already really gross in here. I don't want animals or bugs in here. There probably are bugs in here. Okay, Piero. Oops, never mind. Thank you. Piero's request denied. Piero. No, I will not sign off on these purchases. A bag of powdered crystals? Tivian ore? What's wrong with the metals and crystal? King sparrow feathers? If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the academy everything you needed was paid for by tariff and handed out willy-nilly. But this is my bar, or what's left of it, and we're operating on a budget. We're running low on oil, food, elixir, and building materials, and everything else. So you've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve of your purchases unless they are absolutely required. No more copper wire or special herbs. If you need these things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city is in ruins, so no one is going to miss any of the odd crap you seem to need. Second solution. Nope, nope, nope. It is through no fault of my own that the average citizen has expressed a preference for Sokolov's elixir over my own formula, sold as Piero's remedy, a name I did not choose if you must know the truth. The public has spoken its usual message of idiocy, spending their coin as a means of selecting Sokolov's formula over mine, which I believe to be equal, if not superior. Much has been made over the popularity of these concoctions as a mean of resisting this remarkable new plague. I say remarkable because this strain works with an efficiency we have not seen in the history of the Empire. This plague, now making its way through the city of Dunwall, is unrivaled in effectiveness. I have studied it within the blood of those so afflicted, and it is nearly perfect. Elegant, in fact. And while it is true that Piero's remedy and Sokolov's elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, my own has properties, not fully understood, which relate to the mind itself, the spirit, and it is that way my formula wins out. Here is where one should pay attention to this contest. For you see, Sokolov's elixir, with its emphasis on the brute animal body, is a crass goo, better suited for livestock. The subtle and secret variance in the key ingredients making up Piero's remedy ensure that it works and on the higher functions that will separate humankind from the mindless blue-jawed hagfish swimming in the Wrenhaven River. So that kind of canonically explains why the blue elixir, Piero's, is for mana, and why Sokolov's is for health.
Tell me what I can make for you.
Let's take a look. I'm going directly to upgrades. Crossbow. Ooh, combat sleep dart is good because it makes them go to sleep right away. But let me just check out my options. I use the crossbow quite a bit. Range, reload, combat sleep dart. What kind of purchases do I have? Do I have any sleep bolts? I own 3 of 10. Oh, 10 is so much better. In the next game, you only get 5. I think I'll skip the combat sleep dart for now because I don't have enough, and these are so much more useful for me as non-lethal. I'm gonna get at least one of those. You can do a couple of things with these. You can disable some things, or you can rewire so that you hurt other people. And I don't want to do that part, so it's good to have at least one on hand. How many bolts? 8, 10. I don't need any more. Grenades. Nah, not right now. Are there any other upgrades? I can't do any upgrades. Mask optics. I could magnify my view, but I always forget to do it, so... Bone charm capacity. I don't have many bone charms yet, so we're gonna go without. Okay, let's go to bed. I'm sure that'll be mundane.
River traffic is forbidden from landing in the distillery
I didn't want to talk to you.
due to risk of infectious contact.
Bye.
Violators will be taken to the flooded district for treatment and rehabilitation.
Let me grab a beer first. Straight from the tap. They put me in the attic. Hi, Wallace.
Please follow me to your quarters.
Oh, I really don't... Okay. I know where they are. I actually don't know what he does, so maybe he needs to do this to work.
This is your room. It was chosen to give you privacy. I understand you'll need your rest.
Probably chosen because it's the only place they could put me. Put some newspaper stuff. What do we got? Fun stuff? Disinfecting something. Yeah, a lot of it's tiny bits of lore, so maybe if you want to pause that, you can look if you're interested, but it doesn't look, it's just about whale oil and stuff. Alright, let's take a sleep. Somewhere else. Where else would I be? This is neither here nor there, but I wonder why the lamps screw off strew off? What is the word I'm looking for? There's a word. This stuff, it just comes off, and it looks like a smoke. It's got little flecks in it. I don't know. Also, this looks unsafe. The way they put them. I'm sure there's fire in them. They're probably made with whale oil. Can't go out. Oh no. What happens if I try the door? Whoa. This wasn't here last night. Can I close the door? Yes. Just make sure I got this going. Something's not right. Was that what that little thing said? Yeah. Oh duh. Strange entity. Who are you?
Hello, Corvo. Your life has taken a turn, has it not? The Empress is dead. Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this, I have chosen you and drawn you into the void. I am the outsider, and this is my mark. There are forces in the world and beyond the world, great forces that men call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power, my gift to you. Come find me.
Fast and stealthy move forward. Oh, power. Blink. Quite a solid choice. Also, people have those tattoos on them in real life. They do it for gaming purposes. And I'm always like thinking, I might get mistaken for something else, and get them in trouble. No, she was so nice. Yeah, that's true. Whee! Oh no, what happened to Emily? She does not look like she's having fun. Who are these guys? And she got a note. Corvo, I am very sad. They say that you're dead like mother, but I'm going to put this note in a bottle and throw it in the river, because I do not believe them. Living here is very strange. I do not like it, so please come for me if you can. Aw, I'm working on it. I'm working on it, little girl. Here is spiritual remedy. Bald man. This guy. I forget, is he Lord Regent? I think he's Lord Regent. There's two of them that introduced themselves together, and it was a little rough. I'm pretty sure this is Dunwall as a city. castle around? I don't know. Is this the castle? Might be. Castle, palace. Ah. No. I think that's something else. Ooh, little guys. Hmm. Okay. What are those? Can I go on a... No, not yet. Oh, these poor people. Hold on a sec, my battery is low on my controller, it's telling me, so I gotta plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. These are called tall boys. And, truth on the packaging. Or truth in advertising, I suppose. I forget the phrase. They sure make you use the power quite a bit.
In the days that follow, your trials will be great, Corvo. Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name. These runes will grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing, molded by my hands. With this heart, you will hear many secrets, and it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how they may be hidden. Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
It's kind of gross. It's a heart. It also whispers secrets if I want to hear what's in people's hearts. This is sideways. Supposed to? I think I am. Feels like it. Yes. These are essentially my power-ups. Dark vision is really important. Is it called dark vision? Yes. You can essentially see through walls or see their shadows through the walls to make sure that you see where they're coming and going.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
Okay, so it says in the early stages of the plague, it can be remedied with liberal amounts of the elixirs. Death is inevitable once you start. Bone charm. Okay. These are modifiers. Equipment. That wasn't there before, but sure. Early life and criminal record. Slackjaw. Is there more? That noise is bothering me. Oh, I think that because this is the definitive edition, they're just giving you some. They're giving you some boosts. Alright, we're gonna go with Slackjaw first. Is there more? Jeezy crazy, there's a lot. That's okay. I was wondering if there was a New Game Plus. And there isn't, but I think this is their... right over there. I think this is their answer to that. They just give you some power-ups right away. Early life and criminal record. Slackjaw. We're going to meet him later. Excerpt from a series of letters sent by a member of the Bottle Street Gang. You want the chin wag on Slackjaw? What he was like when we were young, before he got his name? Oh, he's got a cool head now, but it weren't always like that in the days before he was boss of the Bottle Street Gang. Time was, young Slackjaw wasn't such a reasonable man. Like most of us, he grew up on the streets, running with a pack of ragamuffins. It's a great word. And avoiding the law, pinching whatever he needed. Dark-haired and dark-eyed, smoking a pipe by the age of 10. For them born into the brothels or coming from the orphanages, it was either the gangs or working with the mudlarks. Mudlarks? And no one wants that. Some got pressed into the Navy or put down into the mines by the Pendletons or Boyle families. As hard as it was in the streets, as hungry as we all got, at least it was free. By the time we weren't little uns anymore, Slackjaw was one to watch, usually calling the shots when we took down a farmer's cart or sidewalk street vendor. He'd come up with the plan, give everyone some part to play, and decide on the split. Most of us just went along, because we learned fast that we made it out better like that. More food, more coin, plus none of us wanted to deal with Slackjaw when he was in a rage. He worked on a couple of big jobs with Black Sally across town, and that was enough to get the attention of other bosses. He wasn't just a street kid anymore. Now he was an up-and-comer, which meant trouble. Oh, this is very long. Let me drink tea. Another guy who fancied himself as such was Mike the Fish, who was working his way up to running the protection racket among the factory women. One fine evening, we were all talking in a bawdy show in the theater house. Mike and Fish and his lot are there in the cheap seats, too, just down the aisle from us. Mike gets a wild idea. He wasn't big on planning, and throws a heavy ceramic spittoon at Slackjaw. Ugh, gross. Hits him square in the face and breaks his jaw. We look to see if there's going to be a blood brawl, but Slackjaw just points to the door and we all leave, with Mike laughing at our backs. Waking up the next day, without telling us why, Slackjaw motions for us to all follow. He still can't say a word, so we just come along. We stop at the docks and Slackjaw plays coin for it. A heavy chain covered in hooks. Oh no, I don't like where that's going. It is for fishing in the deep, something you'd attach to a long line off the side of a ship. It's about 4 feet, made of thick links, and there are shark hooks coming off it at different angles. Slackjaw's got that thing wrapped around his left arm, dangling at his side. Oh, this is so long, but it's good lore. Not sure he knew where Mike the Fish was staying, but when we reach his girl's house, Slackjaw throws a bottle through the window just like that. It's almost noon. There's a bunch of screaming inside, and Mike pokes his head out, looking wide-eyed and baffled. When he sees Slackjaw out on the street, a look comes over his face that still gives me the willies. Pure murder. Mike comes out the side door, bellowing like a blood ox, holding a cleaver, heading straight for Slackjaw. When they come together in the street, Slackjaw spins and the shark hooks bite deep into Mike's arm and shoulder. He screams, but Slackjaw holds on to the chain. He's standing there with his jaw broken, clenched tight, with a chain wrapped around his left arm, hook sunk into Mike the Fish. Maybe that's why they call him Mike the Fish. Just knifing him as fast as he can. Mike couldn't fight very well, hooked like that and using his left hand, but he was a big guy and it took a lot of stabbing before he went to his knees. Everyone was cheering at first, but then we all went quiet. It just kept going and going until finally it was just Mike the Fish blubbering and crying like a baby and the sound of Slackjaw's knife. When it was over, and here's the brilliant part, Slackjaw took a note and stuck it to Mike's face with a nail. It just said, "If you want a job, come to Bottle Street." Slackjaw didn't talk right for a couple of months, but word spread fast. By the end of the year, once we had a sizable gang going, he sent letters to the other bosses, telling them that he was running a brand new crew over on Bottle Street. Most of them laughed or beat the guys who delivered the letters. Green-Eyed Trish even came back missing a thumb. But apparently Slackjaw was expecting that kind of reaction and had a backup plan. A week later, 4 of these bosses were dead. Seemed like a series of unfortunate events, but everyone knew better. One shot dead by the watch while standing in the middle of a meat market. Another slipping and falling into the water, out cold. One of the older bosses found in bed with his belly open wide and a Tivian pear stuffed into his mouth. Still not sure what that meant. And Sheila Barnsworth was found bubbling in a cauldron of hot wax. This is not a pleasant place to live, as I said. Slackjaw sent out another set of letters, offers to the underbosses, telling them that they'd be treated as fair peers. He even sent Green-Eyed Trish with one of the letters. All of the underbosses accepted. After spilling the guts of his main competition, Slackjaw went in for stabilizing his business. Real neat-like. calling in favors, smoothing things over, giving everyone a little bit of coin or drink as a bonus, showing what he could be like as a boss. So everything got quiet, which always makes the boys of the City Watch nervous, of course. Word went out among the Royal Spymaster Snitches, the responsible citizens group they called themselves, telling everyone working in a shop or sweeping off the front steps of their homes to keep watchful eyes for Slackjaw and his men, trying to suss out what they were up to and what had just happened. But Slackshaw ain't stupid. He greased a few palms among the shopkeepers and the watch, too, telling them that he was in town to stay and that things would be run properly from now on, without so much blood. He was finally a real boss, ready to settle into the business of moving whiskey, running the hound fights, and offering up the ladies and gentlemen of the night, if you take my meaning. Hey, that's, ladies and gentlemen of the night. Sip of tea? Then the plague came. At first it seemed like a good thing. A few people got sick and everyone wanted to buy these potions from Sokolov or Piero. Health elixir or spiritual remedy, they call them. Slackjaw told me he saw an opportunity. We already had an old whiskey factory with a still, where we could water the stuff down and sell it discounted. Doing the same with Sokolov's elixir was a smart plan. Pretty soon, everybody in the slums was sick and business was good. But after a while, there were so many people down with the plague that everyone got scared. Everyone started acting real nasty, and everything fell apart. When people can't work, they don't have the coin for elixir, watered down or pure. When the Empress died, it seemed like Dunwall would slide into the void. Spymaster Burroughs took over, and the Watch started using all that new Sokolov technology. Watchtowers, tall boys, and them arc pylons. They put up a wall of light across Clavering Boulevard and cracked down hard. But Slackshaw surprised us again. Instead of leaving a town on a boat bound for Morley or one of the other isles, he stayed and kept it all together. We get as much elixir from the fight off the plague as the City Watch, with their taxes and rations, and that's kept us alive so far. Crowley, the Bottle Street Gang. You're gonna have to give me a minute because I feel like this book is also going to be very long. That was a lot to read. Excerpt from the Ramblings of a Street Denizen. Of course I'll tell you, dearie. I won't keep any secrets from you in the end. All the dreary days of my life are like windows of a house. From the kitchen, I can see out into the garden where the leaves and stalks are brown and bug-eaten. You can see a little lump of dirt where something was wrapped in a blanket and laid to rest, along with rows of twisting vines. The front room looks out onto the street, where the neighbors are all setting fire to their homes, barricading themselves inside. Warm and snug, dearie. Don't forget about the bedroom, either. It sees into a dreary alley, where the hooligans are playing a game with an old man. The first two are hitting him with sticks, and the girl with them is kicking his dry old ribs. Oh, to have those bones, to boil them in a pot. No one lives in my house anymore, dearie. No one you'd want to meet. When I lived there with my husband, we were fine people. Vera Morley and everyone would say, your house is as grand as Boyle Manor. Better even. Your dinners are lavish and your parties are the best. When that young Sokolov came to paint my portrait, I was nearly still in my prime. Radiant, he said, and he was just barely a man. So young, painting all the best people across the land. Everyone wanted a portrait by his hand, all my friends. It was only one, dearie, wet with his paint, glistening on the canvas for a pretty coin. But it wasn't all parties and paintings. My husband and I weren't always at home. No, we traveled together, he and I, from the far ends of the isles, beyond even, all the way to the red cliffs of Pandysia, to dig in the rock and crawl through the caves, holding up candles and squinting at the walls. Many precious things we came upon, but none so precious as the boy with the black eyes, dearie. All those marks and bones, carved so deep and polished so bright. I brought the old bones home. He hid them for my dear husband. Then I learned to boil them and carve them myself. They made such good presents, dearie, for the little mute boy took them home. He loved them so. All the time he came back with new bones for me, holding them up so I could see it in his eyes, even though his tongue was still. Granny, his eyes would say to me, carve these bones for me. Make me another present. And he went so far, all the way to Dunwall Tower, the royal headsman himself now, my little mute boy and his shiny, shiny sword. Better bones were what I needed, you see, better bones to carve and polish, scrape and gleam. My dear old husband was always tired. I made him soup, and then he was sick. Better bones was all, for my little mute boy, carved in the name of the one with the black eyes. And after my husband was gone, given away as birthday gifts, I didn't want to live there anymore. So now I'm old, and I don't have many to give my presents to. It's sifting through the garbage for granny rags, and feeding little birdies that gather at my feet. No one wants to have tea, dearie, especially those rude louts on Bottle Street. Slackjaw and his boys, always meddling with an old woman trying to make her way. In the end, we'll be together with him, you and me in the dreary night, with the stars above and below, and always the one with the black eyes, dearie. That's Granny Rags. We will also meet her. And my capture is telling me I'm very close to 60 minutes, so I've got to leave it there. But I think I'm going to continue a little more, because I enjoy that. Alright, hope that was interesting. That was really just a lot of lore.